Want to run faster, jump higher, move with more power? The Sports Recovery and Development Program at Bridges Therapy Group builds speed, strength, agility, and endurance while correcting movement issues that can cause injury. Give your athlete the edge. Schedule an assessment today at srdathlete.com.
Love where you live and play with Lindsay Management. Affordable apartments and golf memberships at 9 and 18-hole courses. Buying or selling? Trust Lindsay and Associates. Serving the community for over 50 years. Lindsay, #1 in apartments, golf, and real estate.
We recap the excitement from week 1 on the football field and introduce you to this week's team of the week. It is Monday, September 8th, and this is Varsity Vibe Today. Welcome into Varsity Vibe Today and happy Monday. We are through week 1 of high school football. And man, if you were out there on Friday night for the action, you saw some great games around our area and around our state. So let's get to it. It is time for the Lewis Automotive opening drive. Looking to upgrade your vehicle? It's the trade-in, trade-out event at Lewis Automotive. Get double the factory warranty, all backed by the Lewis Guarantee, happening now in Fayetteville, Springdale, and Farmington. It is already looking like it is going to be an exciting year of high school football with so many teams competing at high levels. Going to make the end of the season a fun one once it gets to state championship and playoff time, because guys are setting the tone right now. It was fun to be at Farmington, to watch the Farmington Harbor game. We're going to get into that one here in a second, but I want to highlight some of the action that I got to catch on Friday. And we're going to start with our team of the week from last week, the Bryant Hornets. They had a big win, 31-14 over Newton, a team that came in from Georgia. So Bryant continuing to show why they are such a dominant team once again this season. Looking at some other scores just from around the area on Friday. Rogers just continuing to be steady, putting up points, gets the 47-6 win over Muskogee. Bentonville West bouncing back from that heartbreaking loss to Greenwood a week ago, 52-14 over Cabot. Springdale getting a 52-41 win over Van Buren. And how about Greenwood continuing to have success down there in the River Valley, 61-14 win over Fort Smith North Side. But man, there were 3 games that I really want to highlight on this Friday, and we start with Fayetteville, a double overtime win over Broken Arrow, 18-17. I know that it was crazy exciting down there for the Purple Dogs at Fayetteville on Friday night. A 2-point conversion, Caleb Johnson running it into the end zone to give the Purple Dogs the win. Quarterback Hank Hendricks threw for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. Fayetteville 2-0 to start the season. They head into a bye week. Their next game is on September 19th. How about the Bentonville Tigers? Their home opener on Friday against Conway. They got the convincing win, 41-17. Arkansas commit and senior wide receiver Taquan Prevost scoring his first touchdown as a Tiger. He was pumped. If you haven't seen this video, check it out on our social media. Our Varsity Vibe team catching up with quarterback Cole Slepke after the win.
You know, late in the game, it was big on running the ball and keeping the ball in our hands. We just thought if we executed and did our thing, we'd be fine, and we were. We put up 41 on them. It was a good win all in all.
So the Tigers 2-0 to start the season as well. And they also have a week off before they are back in action on September 19th against Lee Summit North out of Missouri. Okay, the game that I was at, our game of the week last week, Farmington and Harbor. Harbor looking for their very first win after falling to Broken Arrow in the opening game of the season. Also, first-year head coach Aaron Dannenauer looking for his first win as a head coach, going to Farmington, and it looked like the Cardinals were going to control it early on. They jumped out to a 14-0 lead, but then Wildcats running back Reed McAllister with a 5-yard touchdown to get the Wildcats on the board, and you really felt like momentum started to shift. You could tell that Bryce Owens settling down there in that quarterback position for the Wildcats, tying up the ball game 14-14. They went into halftime tied 21-21. Another big factor in this game, Farmington quarterback Aiden Lester left in the second quarter, which with what looked like apparently a left leg injury, he did not return. So Slade Norwood had to take over and run the offense for Farmington. But man, Harbor coming out and continuing to just dominate the line of scrimmage, settled in a big 35-21 win for Harbor. I was able to catch up with head coach Aaron Dannenauer after the win. Congratulations, first win as a head coach at Harbor. How's it feeling?
Yes, ma'am. Feels pretty good right now. I'm just super proud of our kids to battle the way we got down 14-0. We hurt ourselves a lot, but they have a really good football team, and our kids just battled. It's pretty awesome to see.
That resiliency, being down 14-0, when you scored that touchdown to get onto the board, did you feel a little bit of that momentum shift?
I think so, and I think our kids felt it. Like, they felt stress, like, to win and to do really well, and just, I feel like once we got going, I knew we would be okay,
Yeah, when they had to make the quarterback shift after Aiden Lester got hurt, when you went into the locker room, what kind of adjustments did you need to make for Norwood?
Well, I knew we all knew that the kid could scramble, not maybe as good as Lester, but had a great arm. We just made sure we didn't have any busted coverages. Like we had a coverage bust in the first half that cost a touchdown, the first touchdown. And so we just made sure we were cleaned up internally, and that was the main thing.
Coming out of the locker room, scoring on that drive to make it 28-21, how big of a statement was that?
It was huge. We talk about it all the time. One of those statistics they say that changes the course of the game is the first drive of the second half, So we preach it. We did it last week, we did it this week, and the kids responded well.
After last week, you get the win. How can you get this thing rolling now for these guys since they have seen a win in the win column?
Yeah, I think we just have to continue to build on what we did good. Like we made some mistakes and did some things we shouldn't have done and kind of hurt ourselves that put us behind. And to me, it's just continue to look back and clean up ourselves. It's all about how we do things, just clean up the little things. And that's the biggest thing.
How are you going to celebrate? Yeah, how are you going to celebrate?
Go hug my family.
There you go. Congratulations,
Thank
Coach.
you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
So congratulations to Harbor and all the other teams that won on Friday night. Coming up after the break, we introduce you to this week's Team of the Week.
If you're an athlete that wants to improve your game, maybe improve your 40, jump higher, have better agility, Bridges Therapy Group's Sport Recovery and Development Program can help. They've been helping student athletes reach their highest potential for quite a while now. They've got a team that includes physical therapists, athletic trainers, personal trainers, and occupational therapists. And together, they design individual plans to build speed, explosive power, agility, strength, and endurance. Whether your athlete's returning from rehab or working for a competitive edge, SRD provides the training and guidance to help them succeed. Schedule your athlete's assessment today at srdathlete.com.
Quick Turf is the go-to team for building championship-level sports facilities for public schools, private schools, and the entire school district. They also install beautiful backyard putting greens for homeowners. Known for lifelike, eco-friendly turf, Quick Turf handles everything from design and lighting to drainage and final landscaping. Their all-in-one approach delivers high-performance surfaces for athletes and low-maintenance greens that last for years. With preventative maintenance programs, they keep every field and green looking game day ready. Schedule a free consultation today at quickturf.com. That's QIKturf.com.
Matt Lewis with Lewis Automotive Group, excited to announce our trade-in, trade-up event. During this event, you get thousands extra for your trade value. Plus, it's all backed by the Lewis Guarantee. Double the factory warranty, that's a 10-year, 120,000-mile powertrain, plus you get 1 year worth of maintenance on us. This event's only going on at Lewis Automotive Group and is at all of our locations in Fayetteville, Springdale, and Farmington.
Could a little extra support help your child shine even brighter? Bridges Therapy Group empowers kids to live their best life with expert pediatric therapy services tailored to their needs. Their team offers occupational therapy, speech therapy, and physical therapy, guiding families from the first evaluation to every milestone along the way. Give your child the tools to succeed and shine. Visit btgpeds.com to learn more and schedule your appointment today. That's btgpeds.com.
Love where you live and play with Lindsay Management. Enjoy affordable apartments with community amenities like fitness centers and resort-style pools at select locations. Golf memberships are also available at beautiful 9 and 18-hole courses. Buying or selling a home, commercial, or investment property? Trust Lindsay and Associates, serving the community and bringing great neighbors together for over 50 years. Lindsay, #1 in apartments, golf, and real estate.
This week's Team of the Honor going out to Shiloh Christian, the Saints hosting Little Rock Christian in one of the most talked about matchups in week 1. The Saints rolling to a 44-13 win. And if you missed this one-handed touchdown grab by senior wide receiver Chandler Kemp, I'm telling you guys, go check it out on our social media. It was impressive. But once again, the Shiloh Christian Saints, your team of the week this week after their 44-13 win over Little Rock Christian. That is going to do it for today's Varsity Vibe. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, follow us on social media, subscribe to our YouTube page, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. We love that you join us every single day, and we want to keep that going. A special shout out to our sponsors, Lindsay, Lewis Automotive, Bridges Therapy Group, and Quick Turf. I'll see you tomorrow.